What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my podcast. Um, Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Taking time of your day to watch me talk. Right, 110 years. Today podcast, we're going to talk about the young man in Colorado, the truck driver, right, who got into an accident, and now he's been sentenced to 110 years in prison. Right. Again, before we start, right, I want to, send my condolences to the family, right, of the victims. Rest in peace to the victims. I pray God, give the family strength. I'm sure this is really, really hard for them, right? So now let's get into this. This happened actually in April 25th, 2019, right? So it's been some time now, and I'm guessing, things like this take time, and they have reached a verdict, and they are sentencing this young man 110 years in prison, right? So now the young man is pleading his case. The thing is, the truck that he was driving, the brakes failed. The brakes failed on the truck, which led him to lose control of the truck, right? Crashed into cars in the interstate. 4 people died and half a dozen people were injured, right? So the thing is that the prosecutors in Colorado, um, the court claimed that their hands are tied behind their back and they wish they can do more, and they wish the outcome was different, and they just only following um, what what the law says, right? So I'm read this to you. Also, everything that I'm telling you, you can find on the Washington Post. I will put it in the description below for you guys to go check it out yourselves. Um, so they convicted a young man. His name is and I may say his name wrong. I'm sorry, correct me. Aguilera Madados, right? So they convicted Mr. Aguilera Madados on 27 counts in connection with the incident, right? Including counts of vehicular homicide, 6 counts of first-degree assault, and 10 accounts of attempted first-degree assault. And each of this have to be served consecutively, back to back. It has like a minimum prison sentence, right? And all of this has added to 110. Now people are going crazy. There's a whole petition going on, and this has actually been the biggest, fastest growing petition ever. Over 4 million people have signed a petition for his release, for the case to be reopened and retrial, and because his brakes fell, right? In the article in Washington Post, the court argues that he was being reckless, and that he could have done something to avoid all of this, and he could have drove onto a truck runaway ramp, which I'm guessing is supposed to slow it down in case of incidents like this. But the thing is that he's human, right? He's driving, going at a certain speed. The brakes fell. My guess is like a million things is going through this young man's head. He's panicking. He's scared. There's nothing he can really do, right? So I'd like you guys to give me your thoughts on this. Comment and just tell me what you think should happen. Maybe if you guys have information that I don't have, we can talk about it. But this is a case that really, really needs to be really looked at again. I saw this thing on the social media in Colorado, where all these truck drivers were actually parked, right, refusing, going on strike, refusing to drive because they fear for this young man, right? Supermarkets being empty because things are not being delivered. That's also, and if that continues, that's also going to be a problem of its own, right? And And I can understand why these truck drivers are taking this stand, because they know the dangers of driving this vehicle that weighs tons and tons and tons of pounds, right? So again, my thoughts on it, that they should reopen the trial. Also, the family members, again, my condolences with you guys. But I feel like this is something that was completely out of Mr. Leguero's hands, and something could be done. I'm not saying that nothing should be done or looked at, but something could definitely be done. And yeah. So again, comment and tell me what you think, what you guys think should happen, and let's have a conversation. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Okay, thank you guys, and let's do this again.